Welcome to this week's episode of Across the Pond Golf, the only podcast that has backed Bobby Mack since day one, and he brought home the goods in Canada last weekend. We are all part of Bobby Mack's Tartan Army on this podcast. That'll go right over your head, Erik. I take it you don't know what we're talking about when I mention the Tartan Army, no?
Yeah, it's water off a duck's back, bro. I don't know. No idea what you're talking about. No, I'm just playing. I get the jacket thing now. You know, the tartan.
The tartan. Do you like this top? Do you like this top?
See the tartan? Like I see the baldness is covered. Nice hat. Yeah. I see the collared shirt. I mean, did we produce a golfer here? Like, who is this guy?
Near enough. We'll get to the hat later on. We've got some news to announce. Got a bit of a partnership on the go with a company, so we'll get to that in due course. But I did want to send our congratulations out to Bobby Mack. We have, as I said, from day one, he's been our guy. We'd love to get him on the podcast. I think we really should. So, Bob, if you're listening, as an open invitation, you are welcome anytime. I was away over the weekend for my yearly golf trip with the boys. We watched them on the Saturday night in the pub, and then I watched them finish it off on the Sunday. So could be more proud of Scotland's own Bobby Mack.
Yeah, bro. Good on him, man. Like, super feel good story for the week. Obviously, you know, just the victory. We, like you said, we've been supporting this man since day one. Kind of unfortunate that finally he takes one home and you didn't pick him for the week, dude. I mean, are you sure you're showing allegiance there? I don't quite know.
I know. Yeah, that was stupid on my part. But don't worry, because I'm picking him for the US Open and I'm picking him for the British when that comes.
Of course you are.
Out. Yeah. I'm now trying to. Yeah.
Well, it's not. And I think it's just not a feel-good story for Scotland, you know, and him as a player. Feel-good story with, you know, his whole dad and the caddy situation. You know, I heard his dad mention he's just a, you know, grass cutter. Yeah, you know, that's pretty epic. I know he's been going through some caddies. I think he's gone through like 4 caddies in the last 2 years. And it just, you know, he's been a good player and he's got himself to the PGA and playing in these tournaments, but just wasn't able to take it home. And I think there was a missing link right there. And I'm not sure his dad's the answer for you know, the remaining of his career. But I do think it is a good idea at this point to retain that relationship as far as the caddy situation is concerned. Maybe we'll see where it goes from here. Good win on him. Took it down in Canada, RBC. Great tournament.
It was almost kind of set up for him there, because the weather that they were playing in, the kind of mist and things, they kept referring to it on the golf coverage that we had over here. It was definitely like Scottish conditions, you know, like the overcast, rains a wee bit, goes off. I mean, we've had about 3 or 4 different seasons in one day here today. It's been really sunny this morning. It's quite warm. Then all of a sudden you get dark clouds rolling in. Then you get rain. It's mega windy. So yeah, I suppose those conditions probably suited him. He's obviously been playing out in America this year. Got his PGA Tour card on the back of last year, and he's been well documented saying he was homesick. So I think the story goes that he phoned his dad on the Saturday night and was like, "Get yourself out here. I need a bit of home comfort." So his dad turns up. It's just. It was really, really good to see. Quite emotional at the end, the two of them, for a 25-year-old kid. And then he phones his mum to... What, you got a flag? Yeah, what was that? Phones his mum and tells her she doesn't have to worry about paying the mortgage anymore because he's taking care of that one. So, really, really well done to MacIntyre. And he's come home. So he qualified for the Memorial, which is like a $20 million purse or something, elevated event, and he's decided he's coming home. He's been on Instagram already today, posting pictures of him with cans of Iron Brew, which again will mean nothing to any of our listeners from the other side.
So is he not? He's not playing. He's not playing in the Memorial then.
No, he pulled out the Memorial. He's come home, so
let's
he's
just
now
be
back
honest.
in Melbourne.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. Look, man, that to win a tournament is hugely emotional. We saw the obvious instant emotion from the situation, but just to win your first PGA event, kind of an elevated event, and then just to turn around and go play the Memorial, that puts a lot of pressure on. We have the U.S. Open coming up real quick here, and I just think it's a good idea for him to go home. Soak in a little bit of this limelight from his home country and his compadres and all those things and take it in, man. Take it in. Especially being homesick and the whole situation playing into it as it is. I'm all for him going home in the situation, pulling out of the Memorial or not playing in the Memorial. I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, this is the Memorial is a big event, and we'll talk about it. But there's a heavy set of players, a heavy set of sticks playing in this tournament this week. I'm not saying he don't have a shot, but I am saying it's tough to go back to back in the PGA in any sort of golf tournament. Man, then, there must be some planes or that chick that ghosted me. I don't know, but you see them shadows. But anyway. Yeah, like I just I'm all for it, and maybe let's see if it he can grasp himself a little bit and see what he can do in the US Open.
Yeah, I think it's like he's obviously had it in his head that his plan was to play the Canadian Open, go home or chill out for the week because he wasn't going to be in the Memorial, and then set his sights on the US. So I suppose it would be in a quick turnaround. He'd have to get to the Memorial. Then he's got to play. There'll be a load of expectation on him. He then has to get himself ready for the US, where he's got his win. He's banked his check. He goes home, spends some time with the family, unwinds a bit, goes back into his normal practice routine, and then gets himself ready for the US Open. So I don't think it's a bad idea either. I'd read a couple of things this morning, and some folks saying it was a bit of a slap in the face to Jack because he's the recent winner and really he should have went. But I don't think Jack Nicklaus is going to be bothering if the guy that has won the week prior turns up at his event. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't think so, man. I think this is one of those things like, yeah, I know Jack hosts the event or is the founder of the Memorial, and again, we'll get more into the Memorial. But remember, when you go into the locker room at a PGA event, it's everybody versus everybody, man. And Jack will tell you the same thing. It's him against all, man. And the most important tournaments are the major events. And if it's gonna be a negative or a hindrance against you as a player to turn around and go to Pennsylvania and play in the Memorial versus taking a needed time off to go have a shot or feel like you have a shot, because if you're going into it and you're feeling tired, stressed, anything going into a big event, a major, man, your shot is so lessened. And I think it's a great idea, man. Even if you did it, like, come on, dude, Jack don't care, bro. And
yeah,
you're gonna offend him, like, if you
no.
I mean, yeah, dude, he don't. Dude, he's a player.
Care.
He's a Jack was a beast, bro. Imagine how many people have tried to offend that guy in his entire life. You think it was again water off a duck's back, man. Jack don't care. Jack don't care.
Jack don't care. So yeah, he had the 54-hole lead. He was leading by 5 at one point on the Sunday, and then won it by 1. Now that just, I don't know if you guys would understand that over that side, but that's the Scottish way of doing things, right? We make things difficult for ourselves. We've got a football tournament coming up in the next couple of weeks, and we always do things the hard way. We need a result against somebody to qualify for something, or we have an event like this with the golf where he's got to par the last to keep that one shot lead thing. So yeah, he did it. He did it in style. He did it the Scottish way. As I said, I'm delighted for him, personally delighted for him, and I think for the show as well.
I think this kind of goes into a little bit of what I said last week, man. I like exciting tournaments. I like exciting finishes. Yeah, he made it a little hard on himself, but it also made him look human. It made him, the people can can compare themselves to him. Like it's one of those things where like, dude, life's not always easy. It's really hard to compare yourself to Scotty Scheffler, man. I feel like, I've done wrong in my life, and if I'm getting arrested, it's probably because I did some stupid stuff, and then it's, like just all the thing. It just seems like when Scotty wins or when Tiger was winning, like it just came so easy in some of these recent tournaments. People are winning in such a ginormous way, and easily, they're coasting on final day. And I just I like that victory. I like to, you got to make that 8-foot putt, like, as you should. But dude, you should be sweating it, man. You should be sweating it. That's where, I think if you're coasting in the final, I think you can kind of shed a little bit of that emotion coming down the back nine, knowing you're going to coast in, and you could kind of just prepare for it, versus like you're putting all your emotion into the final ends of this round, man. You're really just holding off, and then let it pour, dude. Once you take that dub at the end, that final hole sunk, let it go, bro. And he did that. It was beautiful to watch, dude. Good on him, man. You think he actually likes mac and think he actually likes mac and cheese?
I would definitely think so. Yeah, he looks like a guy that enjoys his food. So good luck.
Yeah.
The whole Canadian Open as a whole, though, I thought it looked like a really good event. They've got that the rink, they called it. So they had that par 3, where they had all the hockey goals set up, and the key markers were hockey goalkeeper hats and goalie hats or something. I thought they really kind of leaned into that, and they had obviously the hometown hero of Mackenzie Hughes. He walked up, and the whole place started singing the Canadian national anthem. So that is a good event, and you can see why the likes of Rory and things want to go and play that one, kind of the national opens. I actually thought there should probably be more of those. I think you've got the Scottish. You've got
100
the Canadian, the Irish, but they need to start having some more of these kind of.
They get international, man. Get international. Like, look, I'm not trying to. This isn't the time to even bring up Live or anything, and no comparisons. All I'm saying is Adelaide's awesome. Australia fan base, dope. Love it. I'm not. There's no burn on like Asia, but like, they're more restricted and withheld, and you don't see a whole lot. It's really quiet at those tournaments. I feel like United States right now is in such a stranglehold, whether it be political or all this, whatever BS that's going on in the news. Like, I don't care. Like, I love my country, but and I'm gonna be loud and proud. But you see these Canadians, and they love the experience. They love the opportunity to support their people, support the tournament, and rip it up, dude. It looks good on camera. It sounds good on camera. It sounds exciting. It brings drama and fun, and all the things that I think are missing from the PGA right now, especially in the United States, man. And man, USA, step up, dog. Step up.
Yeah. So I think the only other kind of major talking point for the Canada one, then, did you see CT Pan? And he's got fluff cowing, and he falls, and they pull a guy out the crowd. You come carry my bag for me. So they got this guy Paul Emerson that was just hanging about. Although they gave him the bib to put on, and he was a big boy as well. He was struggling to get that bib on. So
fluff dose, man. Like, dude, number 2. I mean, he didn't go pick the most athletic man he saw out there. I don't know what his following was like, and it's CT Pan, and he's not, there's not a whole lot of people who know about him. He's a up and coming golfer. He's pretty solid. But he did have fluff, and obviously, if you know anything about golf, that's a pretty solid caddy to have in your packing. Then the unfortunate circumstance happened, I mean, it is what it is, but rules say you pull anybody to finish the tournament, but you got to have a caddy, dude. You can't carry your own bag. So,
I think
finish the tournament, dude, and that's exactly what he did. And he pulled the dude out. Looked like he was trying to put on his bra and stuff, but good on him getting out there and killing it and being in the limelight, man. It's hard to be anybody, to talk in front of people, to do anything, and just put yourself out there. And that man did it with no hesitation. And dude, good on that dude.
He was level par for the 2 holes that he played. So he bogeyed one and birdied one. And then they brought in some local caddy for another 4 or 5 holes. And then they managed to find some other pros caddy who wasn't playing in the event, but that stayed close. So he came on and took over as well. So that must be some sort of a record. Starting with 1 and finishing with 4 by the time you get it right round. So that's just the type of stuff that doesn't happen. But I really enjoyed Canada from what I've seen of it. Definitely think it's one of the good events. So let's see how that goes next year. And Bobby Mack will be returning as the defending champion. So
absolutely
happy with that one. The ladies' US Open. We had Nelly Korda as a lock for this, and she didn't even make the cut, and she had a 10 on the first day. So
bad call. I mean, absolute slap in the face, dude. Again, showing she's human. I absolutely like right now talking about the LPGA and women's sport. And I don't want to steer away from LPGA right now, but are you guys getting the Caitlin Clark effect over there? You even know who that is? You even know WNBA?
I'm aware.
Yeah, you're aware. I wasn't sure if it's becoming international or if it's just this freaking absolute, wave that's taking over. There's a whole lot of things going on in women's sport. It's good for women. It's good for sport. I would like to see LPGA take some of that and run with it. I think LPGA better represents women in sport. They're so sick out there, dude. Like their money, they aren't hitting as far as men, yes, but they make up for it when the tee box they hit from, and as they should. We won't get into any like other political men versus women type things right now. That's not our podcast. And I'm really like, as much as like I like to play negatives and stir the pot. I think just golf is a good look for them, man, and they do it so well. And I've been kind of calling or asking for Nelly Korda to kind of be like that Caitlin Clark, or to be that superstar that the sport really needs to just absolutely drive up numbers. However, her struggle is like kind of the Scottie Scheffler effect. She doesn't have super entertaining interviews. She is positive, and she's real positive on all the other girls out there, or women out there, and I'm pro that. And I hope she don't get arrested. That doesn't have to be the reason that she gets popularity. But there's got to be some things, and it takes me to the next thing. There's been a whole lot of been a whole lot of news on, let's say, Charley Hull, and I just want to say, man, pull the receipts, dude. I've been talking about this girl since the moment this podcast started, man. Come on, bro. Come on. I've been calling it. That's the girl right there. It's my homie. It's funny, like it takes one cigarette to create a buzz. Obviously I find her attractive, but also her game is very attractive. She could be a superstar, man. She would be someone I'd like to see win a tournament here coming up soon, especially right now. Now.
Do you not think she should be coming out for all the right reasons instead of this cigarette thing? So I have a problem with this, right? I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
So she's very good. She does a lot of stuff on Instagram. She keeps herself healthy. She's been competing regularly in competitions. So in my opinion, her profile was rising, right? As it was. And then she comes out trying to be like the female John Daly, and that was all the comparisons I've seen from there, with this cigarette hanging out her mouth. She's signing autographs for people. It just looked a bit unprofessional to me, right? Now,
yep, I agree.
This potentially could be the controversial part of this show here. So Charley Hull has recently started dating a guy called Gary. Beadle, I think his surname is.
Gary, I hate you, Gary.
Yeah, you hate Gary. So he's a bit of a social media influencer guy over here. He's been on a lot of TV programs. Do you know Jersey Shore? So you'll have had Jersey Shore in the States. Yeah.
I don't know. I just got irritated. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I know. Yeah, I got you.
Jersey Shore, right? So we had one called Geordie Shore, and it was set in Newcastle, right? And Gary was one of the stars of that. So he knows how to play this social media game, and that's where he makes a lot of his money. Now, he started up a golf channel. His golf channel's really good. He's very entertaining, but he knows how to kind of work the media thing a bit. So it's been rumoured that they were dating for a wee while. Then it's finally announced that they are dating, and then she starts turning up at an event with this cigarette hanging out her mouth and stuff. So have they been having a bit of a conversation, and he's been like, listen, you can boost your profile here by being a bit more controversial and turning up the cigarette. So I just think that Charley could have done things a bit better, and maybe you don't really want to grow your side of the game and the ladies' game on the back of someone chain smoking cigarettes, right? Now, the reason she's given for smoking is because she's trying to give up vaping. Now, I believe vaping is worse for you. I've never smoked myself. The chemicals that are in vapes are supposed to be a lot worse for you than what cigarettes are, so I can kind of see where she's coming from. But why does she not just turn up blowing bubble gum? Oh, you got in your mouth there, Charley? I've got this bubble gum in here and it's nicotine stuff, and this is what I'm doing because I'm trying to give up cigarettes. I'm trying to give up whatever else. That would have been a more positive thing to do for the younger fan base. She's now almost glamorized smoking. And that's only going to be aimed at some certain people with some certain.
Well, I think having a limelight takes responsibility. There's a lot of responsibility on athletes, on people who got the camera on them, including ourselves. And I'll say this: like I smoked cigarettes for a long time. Military got me into that terrible habit. I think smoking itself, like the act of smoking, is very habitual. Like it just is an opportunity for you to go outside, to take a break, to, I don't know, just get your mind off whatever. And for me, the act of smoking has always been, very, very habit oriented. And it doesn't really change me, like seeing her smoke or not smoke. But I do think this is an opportunity for her to check herself, man. You are very healthy. You are an excellent golfer. You are in the public eye right now. And I think it's important. Don't go out there and represent a company. Go out there and represent the act of one, doing morally right. Yeah, there are a ton of kids watching you. There are a ton of little girls watching you. Smoking's bad, man. If you're smoking, quit it. Quit it. Do everything you can to quit that. Cigarettes are bad. Vaping's bad. Drugs are bad. Don't do it. Like, just don't. Look, I don't know. Like, it ain't cool. Like, to be honest, like maybe in the crowd you hang with, it might be cool for a moment, but it ain't gonna be cool when you're got COPD and you're sucking for air in the future. It ain't gonna be cool when you got mesothelioma or any of these cancers or anything. It ain't cool, man. It ain't cool. Your family's gonna hurt in the long run. People are gonna hurt you, and most of all, you are gonna hurt in the long run. Don't do it. But yeah, man, I do agree in that sense. It's unfortunate that sex sells. It's unfortunate that drama sells. It's unfortunate that which it's, let's just say I'm a hypocrite because I burn Scotty Scheffler for being so positive, so being such a good guy and not having any of these traits. And I should be applauding that, especially even thinking about it right now. I'm like, man, applaud that man, dude. Applaud that look, because that is the look that our kids should be looking up for. That is who I'd rather. I have an 11-year-old son, man. I have a responsibility to idolize the correct people. In idolizing Charley Hull for smoking, yeah, I mean, I idolized her before, but it wasn't for the wrong reason. However, even bringing her up on this podcast is shining light on the situation. And I think it would be a big thing for her persona, for her, even, man, if it takes her down a notch and all the men's look on her for the future. Dude, just quit smoking, man. Charley, you're a tough chick, man. Get it done. Get it done.
It was just the fact that there was a lot of young kids there that she's signing autographs for, and then the cigarettes kind of hanging out the mouth. For me, it looked like a bad look.
The smoke's all blown in faces and stuff.
Exactly, It looked like a bad look for me. And then to the point where that kind of overshadowed a lot of the stuff that happened. Was all the buzz was around Charley Hull smoking a cigarette when Nelly Korda makes a 10, and nobody, that kind of fell by the wayside because the other kind of storm, if you like, that Charley Hull had blown up. But it was it's one of these things. I've had my opinion on it. I will move on from that now. I'm not going to labour the point.
Yep.
As you said, it's bad for you. You shouldn't do it. Charley's a grown woman. If she wants to smoke, she can smoke. I just personally don't think it was a good look for her, and that the LPGA can take the positives from it if it means more eyeballs. But I think it's kind of the wrong way to kind of highlight the tour from there. So the event was won by Yuka Saso. That's her second Open. She had a final round 2 under, so she was 4 under overall. Really, really tough course, and that was including a 4-putt double bogey, which had a bogey on the 17th as well. But none of the rest of them could come back to her. Minjee Lee was 8 over in her final round. She was leading up until that point. So,
I mean, we did have talked about this, and Logan definitely talked about this in the past. It's like the women's U.S. Open there, is known for being one of the toughest challenges in the LPGA all year, and it should remain to do that. That course was an absolute monster. Whether they're winning or not, or I don't think Saso, put the brakes on at all. I think that 4-putt just happened and the stress was on. She's still a young girl, man. I think she's like 22. Yeah, you can give her like a little bit of veteran leverage as far as like, she's won a major before. But dude, played a tough course, man. And it, it is what it is, bro. Hey.
Cool. So we'll move on to kind of stuff that's coming up this week. I just want to touch on, I know we spoke about it at the start, so I am wearing this rather stylish hat. Do you like the colour of it? It's like
dude, I'm colorblind.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so what colour does this look to you? It's
white.
Baby blue, right? Yeah, white enough. White is baby blue anyway. So yeah, I've got my cap on from it's a company called Dirty Birdie Golf Goods. So came across them on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, got in touch with the guys because I really like their stuff. They're a golf accessory company, so they're doing caps, gloves. They've got a really smart club cleaner. You put the water in the bottom, it's got to be bit and it comes out, and some towels as well. So I've got one of the towels here this is from their Miami Vice collection.
Nice.
See that, Erik? Look at that.
Bright and shiny of some sort. I see.
Bright and shiny. Yep. So been back and forth with the guys there, and what we're going to partner up with them for the next few while. So there'll be some giveaways on the channel. We'll announce that later on. We'll get the guys on to kind of discuss their business, and we'll take that forward. But I just need to kind of highlight that what we're going to do for the next few while is they've given us a discount code for their website. So all you need to do is go on dirtybirdygolf.co.uk, add your stuff to the basket, and the code is ATPSN. So you put that in at the checkout, ATPSN, all in capital letters, and you'll get 20% off your order from them. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the quality of the products that they're offering, and we'll continue to kind of highlight this, and we'll talk about it going forward. I'm playing over the weekend, so I'll try out one of the new gloves, and I'll report back next week and let you know how that goes. So yeah, that's Dirty Birdie Golf Goods on Instagram, and it's DIRTYBIRDIE Golf Goods on Instagram, and dirtybirdygolf.co.uk.
Cool. I like the name. I like supporting small business. I do think it's golf is such a hard industry to get involved in, to market yourself. I think their name is marketable. I do think they can do something with it. Obviously, people like a birdie, so I support that. And just in general, I like seeing you promoting a business over on your side of the pond. It is tough, like as a small business owner, not just what I'm working on, but prior doing anything international is super tough. So good luck on them trying to get to boat some stuff over to this side of the pond. That's going to be tough, but you're doing your work on promoting it here on our platform. And I'll post something up on my feed and stuff to support them as well. See if I can get my hands on something here in the future. Like I said, I do like the name. I do think it's marketable. I would like to see the quality. It's always tough. Gloves are such a tough part of the industry. Being original and creative with gloves also super tough in the industry. But there is room for I'm not gonna say improvement, but there just is room for connection for certain golfers because no one cares what glove anybody's wearing, to be honest. Like, ooh, you're wearing a Callaway glove? No one cares. You're not playing better because your Callaway glove or your Titleist glove or your TaylorMade glove. Go out, spend less than $40 on a glove and support these small businesses. Get yourself on an additional round or an additional 9 because you didn't go buy an overly priced glove. As long as they're, using industry standard products and creating industry standard equipment, dude, support that. Like, that takes some guts. That takes some true guts to get into that industry. And
look at the grip on the back of this. Look.
Yeah. Dude, I've been asking for this. That looks like that football towel, like the football glove style grip. Dude, I was straight up been asking for this. I don't know how it translates into weather. I think it probably translates fairly well because football players are catching a slick ball out there in the weather, and they're still using these gloves. I think that's a great idea. I've seriously been asking for this. I don't know what the I don't know how that material will hold up. I hope it holds up well. Again, you're catching a football being tossed super hard in repetition, and it seems to hold up, and the pros are using it. So I'm overly curious. I definitely got to get my hands on one of those because I'm all about that.
Yeah. So I'll get a proper test of them over this weekend, and because I think we've got some inclement weather coming in at some point, and I'll definitely be on the course. So we'll test them over the next over the weekend, and I'll let you know kind of.
Let me know. I don't need your lady. I don't need your lady small, but if you toss me over a men's large my way, that'd be tight.
Cool. So this weekend, last weekend now, I was away on my boys' weekend. 25 of us were away to Cardrona at Peebles for the Tin Cup 2024. So, it's a Ryder Cup event. It's I'm on Mark's team, and he plays against his brother-in-law and his father-in-law. So it gets quite intense. Unfortunately, we lost this year, which is the 6th year in a row we've lost. Can't seem to get over the line. Leading on a Saturday night as well, and then fall by the wayside on the Sunday. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes just to quickly round up what we were up to. So round 1 was best ball. So I was playing with my dad against 2 guys, Callum and Andrew, 2 good players. Callum's off the scratch, and Andrew's off the 13, but he plays a really tough course. He just doesn't get to play enough, so I think he's probably is better than that. Strikes a really good ball. So we lost that game 3-2 on the Saturday, but overall our team for the first round we were 3.5, 2.5 to the others. Then they had green sums in the afternoon, so alternate shot. Again, I was playing with my dad. We won the final hole. Actually, we're all square going down 18, and we won the last. So it finished. What were we? 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 5.5, 6.5 overnight. And then we got beat 7-5 in the singles. It came down to the last group. So really good fun. As I said, we do it every year. There was one of the boys was about 7 inches away for a hole in one on one of the nearest to pinholes. So I think he wanted to sell a box of beer, but that is not the type of event that you actually want an ace, because that was going to cost it was £7 a pint at the place.
That's a huge distance, 7 entrance. You know what I'm saying? So no.
Yep. So we had it would have cost him a small fortune if he'd had an ace on that day. So that wasn't. That he was lucky that he only got nearest the pin and not actually in the pin. So that was kind of one of the highlights. The final green on that Sunday that I'm talking about. The guys that we were playing against, Gary and Jim, they had a putt to make. I think it was for the half, and it was about 20 feet or something for this putt. Well, Jim putts up, and he barely got there to a chorus of "Oh, it's halfway there." Oh, Bon Jovi singing from the background. So, I think that kind of got too much in his head. So we won that one. One of the guys that was the team captain, who was my partner last year, Connolly, hurt his arm. He's ended up having to have his elbow restructured after a footballing accident. So he was a cart boy. All the beers were loaded on his cart. He came through and made sure we were all well inebriated and fed with the crisps. You ever heard a couple of guys having a bottle of wine as they go round? That was a new one on me.
I mean,
whole bottle of wine out of plastic cups.
I'm absolutely not a wine guy.
No.
You pull out the Frenzia box or whatever. I don't want none of that. Or bottle. I don't want none of that either. It's just not the. I'm not a good drinker anyway, man. I steer clear of the sauce, man. It doesn't create aiming fluid for me. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest, but you know, if that's what you like, that's what you like, I guess.
Yeah, but I'd never heard of that. Normally, like I said, there was plenty of beers on the course in the morning and the same in the afternoon. And it wasn't until we got back later on, they're like, "Oh, you need a bottle of red wine," as we went round the course. I thought that's the new one.
I suppose you don't go flat. Like, is there that point?
No.
Like, I don't know much about wine, but I do know that if you take some brews out on the course, and you just don't crack them open as quick as you can and get plastered super fast, that thing gets pretty flat pretty quick. So, I would assume that would be a positive side of it. The other side of it is like you might be a bubbly little girl at the end, but is what it is.
Yeah, you maybe had something there. So, yeah, it was a really good event, really well organised. One of the guys, Gary, that organised it, does a great job every year. We were at a venue last year in Kinross, but we changed the people. I'll tell you what, though, the course was really hard. Like, the rough was up to your knees. I lost 12 balls, and I lost 4 of my dad's. When we were playing alternate shot ones. We were spraying balls all over the place. But if you were not in the fairway, you were lost. Even like the first cut was probably 2 inches. Like it was long, and the ball sitting down in it. It was just like a really, really difficult course. But really enjoyable. So we'll go again next year, and we will eventually. I think if we keep plugging away, we're going to win at some point.
Well, invite me next year. I need to make my way that way. Yeah,
I need to bring in a ringer.
Shoot, yeah, bring me out next year. I will say this: Tin Cup is my all-time favorite movie. It's kind of, I would say a little bit of a chick flick, I guess you can say. It's just, highlighted around golf, which makes it exciting for me. But it just feels like the drama of my life. Not wrapped up in the storyline, but just life's not easy, dude. Sometimes you're just like the random driving range pro or the random dude, and you just get the opportunity and you take advantage of it and step on the gas, dude. I mean, be something different. But I'd say like
you're not a Happy Gilmore fan.
Yeah, I am. I grew up in the time where Happy Gilmore, you were followed by Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. What's the football one? I can't think of the name all of a sudden. But I mean, I like Adam Sandler, I guess. It's very it was awesome. It's like a childish type humor. Was awesome when I was in middle school. However, I kind of like it. It's pretty cringy to me when I watch it now. Like, it has humor and I will laugh. However, it's got like that cringe factor where like I watch it and it's just like, it's not like and check it. Happy Gilmore's coming out with like number 2 where they're filming it. And there's going to be a lot of cult followers into that. And I think it'll help drive golf a little more, but that's one of those areas where it might be like, you don't always want to grow the game through certain areas. And I would rather grow the game through a Tin Cup 2 than grow the game through a Happy Gilmore 2. But it is what it is. It just is, that kind of is the crowd that's coming in anyway. We're seeing all these, bright colors and wild shots, and feel free to break your driver. You want to hit a Happy Gilmore shot, I'll watch you break that thing. I don't care. I ain't hitting that shot, but I will watch you snap your driver. No issue. But back to like the Tin Cup thing. I did like that movie. In that tournament, I do think I like that you call it the Tin Cup thing, but I'd like to see, did you guys do any 7-iron holes? Did you do I'd like to see like a trick shot, like where he hits it out of the bar and plucks the pelican off the pole. Like, I'd like to see something like that. I think that's a funny but also very viral moment, or like a recordable moment that brings some attention to you. And not that that's what you guys are trying to do, but I think those are cool opportunities that I really haven't seen taken advantage of in a tournament like this, because I've seen several Tin Cup named tournaments, and it's really nothing against you guys. I love I mean, like I said, just 10 Cup is awesome thing. But yeah, I'd like to see a tournament where you guys take something like that, like on a specific day or at the end of the round or whatever. Who's yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, that's the thing, right? See, we've had it before, right? And it always, if it finishes a draw, the winning team retain, right? So we did kind of have that discussion at the end, but like we should have something where it's like a captain shootout if it goes to a draw or something, you know. Anyway, as it turned out, we got beat by a point, so it didn't make much of a difference.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. We could maybe try and integrate some bits and pieces. So yeah, if you're coming over as a ringer on our team next year, you can bring the trick shots with you.
Yeah. I mean, I got the hots for the doctor lady. I'll take that. And I don't like David Sims. Screw that guy.
Yeah. So. Nobody likes David Sims.
Cool.
Still going, yeah. So yeah, Liv very quickly there in Houston this week.
Man.
I see Bryson. Charles Hull the third has pulled out of his team. So Bryson's just went and got somebody from John Catlin, who's leading the Asian tour, which I know they've got an affiliation with Liv, and they've drafted him into the Crushers team. Was that not an opportunity though to get one of the wild cards? So you've already got Anthony Kim, or you've got somebody. What they should have maybe been called up into that team if it was going to be for the week, rather than I'm going away and getting some guy who's not even really on the Liv circuit.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting pick. I do like the alternate, like what you're talking about. I'm not sure if I was a captain of any team that I'd be pulling AK onto my team. Maybe. I don't know. Like I don't know what his last couple of rounds look like. I would assume not great, but
there's a couple of them that are wild cards. So it's not just him. But why not just go and pick the best performing of the 3 wild cards and say, right, we'll take him. At least that way, he's had his upfront payment. He's already part of the Liv schedule, and he knows the kind of setup. Whereas you're pulling up a boy who's not played the way that Liv plays.
Well, what about this guy? He just won the European Open. He is a reserve player. His name's I'm gonna destroy his first name, but Laurie Cantor. I think is his name. He went 13 over when the European Open. I mean, it just happened. That's the dude I'm pulling. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what reserve means. I don't know if he's like a reserve for a certain team or if he's a reserve for Liv in general. But I'm picking that dude up. That's me. So
take the guy that's on form.
Yeah, dude.
Or phone Bobby Mack. He's on an off week. If you can pick anybody, just get in touch with Bobby.
I don't think the PGA'd be overly excited about that, but yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't think that's possible, bro. I think that's tiptoeing the line there, my friend. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, Bobby, go make you some cash, bro. Like, shoot. But you know.
So we'll see what that brings. I've not really been following much of the Liv stuff because I think they're still on their break. So I think this is them just starting back. They've got this, then they've got the players that will be playing in the US Open, and then they've got another week, and then they'll have a couple of weeks off. So we'll keep up with them.
I saw a little picture on social media talking about the top 5 rounds counted for their team from Liv. Let's talk about. I just mentioned his name a couple weeks ago, winning one of those senior majors. Richard Bland, dude. Yeah. Talk about the post. I saw. I'm stealing this line, but it literally says model of consistency. Richard Bland has 40 rounds counted to the team. Cameron Smith has 34 rounds. Taylor Gooch has 31. Brooks Koepka has 30. Joaquin Neiman has 26. Bro, that dude's old. I mean, I'm not saying he literally is in the senior tour, you know, or like plays in the senior tour. He's out like dude, his sticks are crushing it right now. Part of the cliques, and dude, I mean, good on him. That's pretty cool, man. And
he's got, I think I seen something the other day. He's got like a year left on his contract. Liv, and he said that once his contract's up, he'll probably just walk away for the game. He's not going to try and like go and play on the seniors tour or do whatever else. So I think he's got a couple of family issues and stuff like that. So
I mean, take home that bag, dog. Like, he's now won that senior major, so he'll get the invite back. I'm sure if Liv needs an alternate or something, I'm sure he can crack the sticks out of the dust, and go swing a few. He's solid right now. But if he does just truly hang him up, then good on him, man. Dude, he took the bag home. He didn't pull no numbers like John Rahm, but he got the bag, dude. He probably made more from that than he made on any other thing. I'm sure more than he won in the senior thing too. So, I'm sure he's fine.
He's comfortable.
Yeah.
So just very quickly then, so Memorial, that's this week, as we've said. Bobby MacIntyre's not playing in it, so I had a quick look about. Some of the stuff I kind of picked up on is Morikawa seems to be a decent shout for it. Likes Jack Nicklaus type courses. He's been in the hunt the last 5 events. Memorial is one of these. It's not really a bomber's course. It's a keeping it straight off the tee, and that seems to be Morikawa all over. So I think I'll probably go with him this week. Hovland's defending champion, so you couldn't really write him out. And then I think Justin Thomas is due for something. If he can just kind of get his putter working, he could be in with a shout on this one. But that was kind of where I was going.
Yeah, like I said, the Memorial's big tournament. It was put on by Jack. It was founded by Jack. I think so. If you look at what the Memorial, I was looking at tournament records and stuff. Obviously, T Woods owns that tournament. He's won several times, 5 times or something like that. But ultimately, it says on the Memorial side, it says to honor the memory of individuals living and deceased who have distinguished themselves in the game of golf. I mean, dude, promote golf. This is a good tournament. It's a good tournament to bond together, bind the golf world as much as you can. I think it's this is one of those moments where it's we're supposed to grow the game of golf, not the PGA Tour itself. And you have people like Bryson. Obviously, he's playing in Houston this week, so he's ineligible to be able to play in this tournament. But you have him as a past winner, and I think you should just respect that as a golfer. But the field is crazy. There's all kinds of players, but I did see on there that the tournament record for the lowest amount of putts over the tournament was Max Homa with 99 putts over the Memorial. I'm going to take Max Homa for this tournament. Probably seeing that tells me that overall the greens are probably tough. The players are getting a lot of greens in regulation, and they're not a lot of up and downs, which would drive that number down with 1 putts. I think if he can come out and get the flat stick rolling well, I would like to see Max Homa win. Just in general, I like to see Max Homa win anyway. I like that dude and what he represents, and he's a good player, man. And I think he's hard on himself, but he represents the game of golf well. So I pull for him to do well. However, dude, again, the field is stacked with young, the new, the old, the superstars. You got Scotty. We got players like Lucas Glover, Matty Fitz. I'll just kind of keep running down the line. I see Kirk on there. Wyndham Clark's on there. Patrick Cantlay's won this tournament twice. Has had a rough year. We haven't seen him take down. I don't think he's won early in the year either. So Patrick Cantlay's a non-winner this year, and obviously plays well here at the Memorial. So maybe you're going to see Patrick Cantlay take down the top 5, probably top 10. He's people love to hate him, so he plays a good villain. So I think despite his slow play, I think he brings a let's just say villain. I don't hate the guy. I mean, I don't like how slow he is, but he brings that that drama, or brings the controversial outlook where people are love to hate him. So it's kind of creates a watching point. So I'd like to see Patrick play well. Xander obviously coming off his first major victory and slapping me in the face, proving me absolutely wrong. So Ludwig, dude, we haven't seen much from him lately. So I mean, Ludwig, I'm pulling for Max Homa. I think I think he's going to win it, but you can't count out Scotty. I said him once earlier in the year, I'd like to see Will Zalatoris. So I'm going to go Max Homa or Will Zalatoris in this tournament. I'm just going to quit there. There's so many names, and it should be electrifying.
It's at the stage at the moment where it is just kind of stick a pin in someone, and that's
yeah, bro. Throw
a
dart, throw like put a bunch of random names, scattered upon anything, and then just close your eyes and throw a dart at it, and your odds of winning are just as likely as picking one out of a hat, or just looking at the name and picking your favorite golfer. So whoever wins is going to win, and I hope it. I hope this tournament just I want to see 5 dudes just irking it out. I want to see a playoff. I want to see this thing going at nighttime. I want to see this thing dude, that's what I want to see. I'm good on the blowouts, man. I'm good on the non-golfing news. Let's get some hole-in-ones. Let's get some good shots, man. Let's see some highlights that are golfing shots, not police activity. Let's see some some good stuff, brother. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Cool. So just to kind of finish up then, I don't know if you're aware about the DP World Tour this week. So they're at the Scandinavian Mixed. So it's a mixed event between the European Tour and the Ladies European Tour. They're both competing for the same prize money. The ladies play from the ladies' tees and the gents are playing from the gents' tees. There's points for both. And it was in 2022 that they had the first female winner. So it will happen, or it can happen. It's happened before. So that'll be interesting, because I think this is these are the type of tournaments that maybe the DP World Tour, if they're looking to grow the game, they should be highlighting this a bit more, that this is a mixed event. We've got men and women competing in the same field, and we'll see how that kind of pans out. So there's some good names there. Marcel Siem, Anton Rosner, they're all in with a chance. I'm going for Nicholas Norgard. He was 4th last week. He was leading, and they're or thereabouts on the Saturday, Sunday. So we'll see how he gets.
I ain't gonna lie, you just caught my attention. I love it. Mixed. We already pushing LPGA. We push LPG or PGA. I'm for the men. I'm for the women. I want to see a good tournament. I've been pushing and been asking for, a live females version. I've been asking for the PGA, LPGA to do their own mixed. I think they did one last year, but it didn't pull a whole lot of numbers, I don't think.
I think they did that one that was like the invite only. So Korda played, she played with her dad, and that's like kind of father-son.
Right. And I just, I like seeing this, and we are talking names, bro. Lynn Grant, Cabrera Bayo. We saw Vincent Norman win a PGA event last year. Audrey Arnis. I'm gonna pull Yannick Paul. Yannick Paul. You already know that's coming. So that's my boy. However, let's go girls' side. I mean, I gotta pick a female on this. Like I said, I'm gonna pick Yannick because I'm a supporter. Played at CU Boulder. So Campito, he took down a couple of tournaments last year. He's gonna be good. I'm gonna stick with Lynn Grant, dude. I like her. She's obviously a big name in this and has done well for herself. And that's where I'm gonna go. I'd like to see her win, bro. Well, let's just see a lady win this thing, man. That would be tight. I'll be all for it.
So we'll pick that back up next week, and we'll do a bit of a more in depth, and we'll see how that kind of played out. So I think we're kind of good for this week. I think we've kind of covered most of the stories that we need to cover. Hold
up. Hey, I just want to announce. This is me. This kind of want to separate myself. I do have social media. I have my personal accounts and stuff. I rock Trippy Golf. Represents really my initials. I'm not doing the E drug, but it's kind of a play on words, so it's kind of funny. And I've always I've rocked with it in the golfing thing. But I just want to distinguish and separate it. And I haven't announced my business, but I think it's come to the point to where it is time. So my business coming out is going to be called the Golf Armory. Initials are TGA. You know what I mean? It's a golf without the pleat. You know what I'm saying? Represent precision and accuracy and technology and data and lowering the learning curve of golf, man, making certain equipment and accessories or available to the amateur golfer, the new golfer. I want to build the game. I do want to grow the game. I do talk a lot of smack, but at the end of the day, I think golf is one of the greatest sports ever played. In my opinion, it is the greatest sport ever played. For me, it just, it's impacted my life in such a big way. And I absolutely love this game. I love talking about this game. I love all my homies in this game. I can't wait to go play next. I can't wait to, keep talking with you, keep promoting golf. I can't wait to start this business and see how I can do with it and flourish. But I am separating the two likenesses. I will keep posting. I've taken quite a break off social media. I've been so busy, so busy driving my business, and it's time. And I got the website designed. I've locked in with quite a few partners in businesses, and I'll have to talk to people like Dirty Birdie and flourish from there and see where it goes. It's very curated. I don't want to be, and this isn't a shout out to them, but I don't want to be PGA Superstore, man. I don't want to be Golf Galaxy. Yes, they make a boatload of money, but they're owned, man. They're monopolized, dude. And those are huge competitors I have to look at. And I have to look at, Top Golf and all these competitors. But I think there's an area that's just really not being taken advantage of, dude. And I love talking about my business, and I really withheld myself because I don't want people to steal my ideas and steal my name. Be honest, I haven't trademarked it, but dude, I've been busting this for so long. Try to steal it. Trust me. We're fighting, dog. We're fighting. Yeah, but that is my company, the Golf Armory. I do know Father's Day is coming out really soon. I haven't made my first sale yet, but it is coming. The only reason I haven't is just because I haven't officially launched it, and I haven't officially opened up the avenue to actually make a sale. But Father's Day is coming out, so I'd like to make sure I launch the website and make it available, make a few products available before Father's Day, especially like some gift cards and stuff. You like the show, you like me, you like my social media. Get your friends, get your golfer buddies gift card or something, and hook a brother up and yeah. It's my company, man. So
Cool.
I appreciate you and James.
Coming.
Yeah, I appreciate you and James and everybody, supporting me. And I'd like to do more with it and see how I can get some products and some raffles and some things to drive some more viewership for us. And obviously make some sales for myself, push products. If you are a small business or anything like that in the golf industry, please reach out to us at Across the Pond Golf. Reach out to me at Trippy Golf. I am starting my social media accounts. They don't have a whole lot of followers. In fact, my first follower is that man right there. Love you, buddy, and I appreciate you. And I'll be posting and promoting those. You can follow me at TGA on TikTok, social media accounts. The Golf Armory, you can probably look that up because I'm the one and only, baby. So let's kill it, and can't wait to see where this year goes from here, brother. So I appreciate you.
Yep, I feel part of your journey already, just from we've discussed it from before, and we're going from there. So yeah, really exciting to see where you can take that. Just very quickly, I want to give a quick shout out. So we spoke about, I spoke before about when I was junior convener at my golf club, and it was really difficult, right? Trying to get some of the juniors to get involved and commit every week to playing in team events, really hard. One of the guys though, Oliver Constant, he was a constant. He would turn up all the time. Every time I asked him to be at an event, he was there. Really good guy. So he's just recently, he's now 19, and he's recently started playing on Golfers for the Disability Tour. He's played 2 events over the last couple of weeks. He was playing in the Johnny Ray Classic down in England last weekend, and he finished overall 5th. So that was really good for him as he's first in a couple of events. And he just messaged me earlier on to say that he actually has a world ranking. He's got an official world ranking. So he's currently 323 in the world on the Golfers for Disability. So, I'm going to make no secret of the fact I will be campaigning for him and championing him as he goes on for the rest of the season because, Really, really nice
Absolutely.
guy.
Yo, don't sign off yet.
So,
don't sign off yet. You ready? You ready for this? We got some stuff to talk about just real quick, bro. I feel like we got a challenge we got to talk about, brother. You
sorry,
remember?
I forgot about that.
Remember the hand? You remember the over the air handshake?
Yeah.
This is gonna be funny. This is a good one. All right. Well, first let's start out with both of us got tattoos. I got a full sleeve, some chest work. I got, my boy over here's got some tattoos. So we're not tainting the canvas. So there's not,
spaces available. Look, I've got space.
There's space, but let's get into the challenge. We've been looking at our numbers, our analytics, and our viewership, and we are on the rise. And I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart, for real. If you've listened, if you've promoted us in any way, thank you so much for being part of our journey as across the pond, as golf lovers, influencers, and all those things. But we got a bit of a challenge, man. We got Across the Pond Golf. We talk heavily about our own locations and our love for our own areas and that kind of thing. Doesn't keep me from, wanting to go to Scotland, wanting to love my homie over other side, over on this side. But it's time for a challenge, brother. It's time for a challenge. Let's lighten this thing up. You want to tell him or you want me to tell him?
You can tell them with your idea.
All right. Yeah. All right. My idea. Yeah, dude. I like a challenge. I'm like, you know what? We've been seeing the numbers. Aussie. We loved you guys. You popped out of nowhere. We've seen France pop out of nowhere. We've seen Canada pop out of nowhere. United States, it's up and down. It's really hard to hit that market, but we've charted on the United States. And I was talking to Smack, so UK didn't really chart the week before, and I'm throwing this out there. I'm like walking a tightrope to actually take this on this challenge this week because UK showed up and showed out last week. We hit the charts, number 25 golf podcast in the UK last week. So as much as I want to win this, UK, keep rolling. Support your homeboy over here, Craig, good dude. Support his social media accounts too in our two under par in our 200 par. But yeah, here's a challenge. US versus UK. Best at the end of the FedEx Cup. At the end of the FedEx Cup, whichever one of those listening areas or whatever the word is right now, I can't think of, has the highest, we are going to get the loser will get a tattoo. We're choosing each other's tattoos. I want to put a little humor to it, but I also don't want to, put a Richard on his arm. So I'm not going to go that far, but I have some funny ideas. I do want to say what it is, but I think we can lead this on and build on this. I think it's a humorous and fun way to drive ourselves in our podcast. So that is the challenge.
Just clarify, right? So we charted 25 last week, right, in the UK. Sure. So is that now the currently highest then? So
that's the highest we've seen.
So if you do next week that you're 21 in the US, that will then stay the highest. If that never gets beaten until the end of the FedEx Cup, you win and have to get something tattooed. Is that where we were going?
Ooh, I do like that.
So that's the highest one.
I think we can beat that. I think we can beat that. I think my thoughts were to whoever, like the week after. So after our podcast my thought was this: after the FedEx, we do our podcast and then take the numbers from that podcast and see who wins. But I actually like what you said more. That even creates more of a challenge. I like that. So I'm with that one. I think 25th in golf. We're talking golf podcasting. We're not talking overall podcasting. I'd love to take the reins of a JRE podcast, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But feel free, Joe. Invite me on.
25 is the score to beat.
25 is the score to beat, sir.
So when this comes out this week and we chart at number 19 in the UK, or we're top 20, then we lost the win. So let this side of the pond, this is the real Ryder Cup, right? This is the real us versus the Americans. Make sure you get listening to this, download it, subscribe, do the whole like and subscribe. We never normally push all that, but make sure you do it because, yeah, Erik, I'll wait and Google what a haggis looks like.
Hey, brother,
that could
I don't know what no haggis is or whatever, but I know my U.S. gonna support me, bro. It might take a minute. I might have to make some unlikely phone calls, but I'm going for this thing, dude. You better believe if I'm losing in the FedEx Cup, I'm standing downtown handing out dollar bills for listens. So that is what it is. That's a challenge. Keep listening to us across the pond. Of course, UK, keep listening. Support your boy. Support the show. But US, dude, show up, show out. Support your homie. Trippy Golf, across the pond, the Golf Armory, NR2 under par. You know all the things and stuff. And that's it for me this week. That's it, brother.
Yeah, cool. Me too, Erik. Listen, it was good to speak to you as always, and we'll pick it up again next week. I'll hear from you during the week, but we'll pick this back up next week, and I'll have some ideas for you. Like I said, away Google what a haggis in a kilt looks like.
Yeah, maybe we'll start getting some votes. Maybe we'll have some people turn in some ideas if they want. You can AI some tattoo funny ideas. I'm pushing along the lines of America across the pond, maybe a QR code or something. But yeah. It's good. It's got to entangle all of the things. Obviously, golf kind of has to play a part in it too. But I don't know where to go with it. I have some ideas, and we'll see. We'll start putting it as part of the show, and see where this thing takes us.
I'm very creative, eh? I've already got a brilliant idea. I've already picked yours already. I just have to get it sketched up.
Hey, let's do it, dog. Let's do it. Love you, buddy. Have a good week. Talk soon.
Speak to you later.
Peace.